into this next match. Enjoy. We got PSG versus Envy coming your way. Best of 5 with the commentaries. Wavepunk and Shogun. Take it away, guys.
PSG versus Envy. We have the chance here for the first time for a team to go completely undefeated since we moved to this kind of single session, single league play format here. We did like very beginning of season 1. iBuyPower Cosmic technically did it like in the first qualifier, but we played very differently back then. We had 2 different qualifier sessions. We had series of 5 and everything. Since we settled on this format, nobody's ever done it. PSG could do it right now.
Not only has no one ever done it, but the fact of the matter is no one's even made it to full. They got to full games.
No one's even been to this chance before.
No one's ever got to 5-0. And PSG have blown it all out of the water. This is going to be their opportunity to make history. You know they're going to come in motivated for this one because everyone loves to make history.
Yeah, and you look at the side of Envy and like, what do they have to play for? They're already out here. Well, there's a few things. A, they're not done with playing at this point. They have to play in the promotion relegation, and the last thing they want to do is get relegated down to RLCS. So use this as an opportunity to perfect what you do. If you need to try out different things, I mean, try out different cars if you want. So we saw Cloud9 doing yesterday. Like, they were playing with all sorts of crazy stuff. And also, wouldn't you like to be the first team to go undefeated? So knock them out, PSG. Give yourself a chance next season.
And for Envy, why not just stop it if you're there?
Exactly.
Like, we can come back next season and go 7-0. You don't get to be the first one. So Envy have the opportunity, despite the fact that they are going to be in the bottom 2, just to go, yeah, but we are still a force to be reckoned with. So whilst this is effectively a glorified exhibition match, it is a glorious exhibition match.
Fantastic players all the way around. I mean, you saw in the last match, it went to 5 games, it was nice and close, and down to the wire of until PSG came out and just made waves in game 5. When Market didn't have all that much to play for, these guys still so competitive, able to come out and put on some great shows for us. So we will see PSG versus Envious as the next match we have for you guys here on DFH Stadium. It will be Envious in the orange, PSG in the blue. Both these teams with kind of a blue color scheme to them, so somebody has to play orange, and it's Envy this time.
It always throws us off so much whenever that ends up happening. It's like, we have a blue team on orange and an orange team on blue. Why would you do this to us?
It's Envy versus Mocket, and they're just reversed. Oh, Chaussette to try and put it inside Farah, now going up. We'll see PSG early on the offense. Go with a touch, still rocking the breakout from his earlier series. He's still in that breakout the entire time. Chaussette to Bluey. Ball will be in the corner. Now Farah back in the middle. Remco the touch over towards his teammates. Easy to clear it. One-man rotations right now coming in from PSG. Barely committing players across the midfield line. Here comes Farah. First time we've seen all 3 players, and it'll work out for him too. Committing when they see the opportunity. PSG to strike first.
Yeah, absolutely perfect touch here from Farah. Comes straight in. He cuts the ball. He cuts Devo in half with that touch. Takes that 1-0.
4:12 left to go. 1-0 in favor of PSG. It's a best of 5 here. You got to win 3 to make it happen. Now Farah here in the midfield. We'll play over to the side. Chaussette plays it off of Devo, and he'll drop down in front of Remco. The long touch all the way down towards the backboard. Cleared away by Farah. PSG taking their time, being very precise with their movements forward on offense. Another strike here. So we saw Bluey looking for the goalies. Remco's able to make the save, get it away. 3:35 left to go. Still the 1-0 game in favor of PSG. A shot by Devo towards the box. Chaussette will send it away.
Yeah, we're going to see 2 different play styles play out in this series. PSG, they love to allow individual brilliance to come out. They just go for a standard rotation, go, all right, if you're on the ball, do what you want. You go given creative freedom. Of course, for Envy, a lot of it has been back to that Season 3, control, contain, just keep them in their same half, which hasn't quite worked out so far this season, but we haven't seen them do anything different yet.
Bluey over to Farah. Farah will wait for it to bounce off the wall, puts Devo behind him. Remco down the field towards Greasymeister. Bluey intercepts and finds Farah. He's got Bluey to work with too. It'll look for the pass play, but Devo able to move to where the pass was going, get it away. PSG's offense continues. Remco with a shot downfield that's wide. Shawset will move into net. Can he get there in time? He'll have Bluey to help him out. They'll send it away. Remco in with a follow-up. Farah gets the save straight up. Another shot comes through from Greasy Meister, dropping straight down, and the kill from Farah, and the fall from Bluey. PSG playing perfect Rocket League, even when they're getting stuck at having this monumental offense from Envious.
Bluey darts himself straight down to the floor, and he hits bullseye. Gets the ball out, and he keeps the 1-0 lead up for PSG. Individual brilliance.
PSG playing out of their minds. Playing like an undefeated team right now. Only got 1 goal on the board, but it's enough to get them to win. They can just hold on for 2 more minutes. Now Devo to send a shot towards the net. It goes wide. Remco possibly keep this offense going. Goes for the slow plays. And look at Bluey. It's like, if you're just going to sit there, I'm going to remove you and get my team back ball control. Way down. Devo to play it. Shot set now. Greasy Meister's touch goes towards his own backboard. Remco needs to follow it up. Now Bluey back in front of the box. Shawset got the shot, but it went back away. Devo not making the touch in front of the net, and the shot will come through from Shawset. That one goes through. 2-0 now for PSG.
Yeah, Envy are just giving PSG way too much time, getting beat to absolutely everything. As soon as Devo jumped for that one, they knew it was going to be a problem, and Shawset just hits the upper 90.
1:25 left to go here. Farah will take another shot off the kickoff. Remco has to make the save. And Shawset tries to drop it down and under. Shawset and Bluey looking for opportunities, not going to find it there. Farah to wrap this one back around. Devo in front of his net will have to move this one away. The only player he's got pressuring him is just the one shot from PSG. Now Shawset into net. Back down, Bluey will loft it away. 55 seconds remaining. PSG basically doing it all right now. They could possibly put in the third. The plays from Shawset slow to remove him away, and Remco has to make the last save, and it's always this last man that's having to make the play from Envious right now.
Yeah, just continuously for PSG. They're taking their time and allowing Envy to move all the way back. Just giving them extra space, because Envy love to move every single player onto that goal line. It just allows PSG to say, okay, this space is ours.
This might go in. Farah might be able to get the pinch. Doesn't quite go. 25 seconds remaining, up by 2. PSG in complete control. We would love to be able to score just to make things more even. We'll see Greasy Meister wrap this one around. Remco in to try and take a shot. There have been some really substantial plays here from Envy on the offense to give themselves opportunities to strike, but again, the accuracy is just consistently an issue for these teams right now. PSG there, clean victory as they come out there completely shutting out Envy.
Yeah, for Envy, this has been the same problem for them all season. It's the fact that they can create opportunities. Unfortunately, they're opportunities that can be read very easily and allow the opposing team to just go, okay, well, we can just predict the shot. We're immediately going to save it. And even then, Envy are not really shooting all that well and hitting the target most of the time. So it's a catch-22 for Envy. They've just got to be more creative. It's that backboard still. We're still not looking for them to hit that midfield area. I almost kind of want them to just go out and go, okay, Method VODs, Cloud9 VODs. Let's do that, please.
Let's take some of this recipe, take some of that recipe.
Yes.
Outshooting them 13-4 right now. PSG with just so much more ball control. And it felt like Envy was getting their opportunities to move out and stuff, but then the shots just weren't there. Like the one really good opportunity they had, shut down by brilliant defensive plays on the goal line. Like you said, Bluey just bullseye dropping straight down to block when it's like, surely this one goes in, and Bluey's right where he needs to be, shutting out Envy.
Now, one issue for Envy right now is that Greasy Meister's ping does seem to be shooting up and down.
Yeah, we saw that in his last series,
occasion.
too.
He's just had the same thing here as we were sat. I don't know if that's happening during the game. That'll be something I'm now looking out for to see if it does. But that is another huge issue, and it's something, unfortunately, that Envy have had happen already this season.
They had it happening with Devo in previous weeks as well, where just personal internet connections are struggling.
Nothing's been going right for them so far, has it?
It has been a nightmare of a season by all definitions. They are now down 1 game to PSG. The one thing left for them to take would possibly be a win off the undefeated PSG, but this is not the right way to start. 5 seconds in, and PSG's already back up.
Yeah, straight off the crossbar. Greasy has no option. You see him actually go backwards very slightly, just trying to avoid the potential bump from Bluey. And within 5 seconds, PSG already up.
4 minutes, 55 seconds, just basically the entire game left to play still.
Yeah, it's like a golf handicap at this point.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact that we're giving the handicap over to the team that's been playing better.
It's not fair. It's like when you're playing with your siblings at a young age and they're like, oh, give yourself a handicap, that'll be good or something like that, and they don't realize that they're just hurting themselves. Fair, and the pinch from Greasy will go out in the middle. Bluey to go back towards Fair, and he's got Chaussette and Bluey here. All 3 players deep in the orange. Just Remco in net. Ball will stay glued to that backboard, and Envy will get the rotation back out. Greasy Meister in the corner with Remco moving to try and possibly take the shot. He'll get an angle towards the goal, but it is high. And a follow through from Bluey sends it away from Devo. Now Greasy Meister in front of his net. Farah, what a read and a dunk to slam it in. 2-0 PSG.
Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to claim ping on this one. I did take a look. This is just a awful first touch. Needed to catch it on the side of the car, but could not quite do it. Even catch it with the bumper of the car, and he would have had more options, but instead, he effectively just popped that one straight up. Incoming, and Farah picks up the goal.
The fake kickoff, the flick over the top. Farah introduced himself to the RLCS with his mind game plays, and he does it again here at the end of Season 4.
The anti-fake kickoff tech. It took us a few years, but we finally have it, and they are readable.
Yeah.
Teams do tend to do completely different things, like go for boosts that they wouldn't normally go for, leave a player back, because usually we see a lot of teams just go for 2-player boost steals. That time, didn't do it.
Yeah.
PSG read it, take the goal, and this is becoming an ugly match to watch.
3-0. At this point, Envy, they need to score in any way, shape, or form. They need to get on the board, stop the bleeding that PSG is causing right now. Devo puts it into the box. There's a good opportunity. Chaussette can't quite get there in time, and Devo will score. Envy is on the board.
Well, you said that they got to stop the bleeding. Devo comes in with the Medipack, puts some bandages on. But there is a lot of work left to do. Thankfully for Envy, they have got loads of time to do it.
Yeah, they got the bandages there, but they need like a full med kit right now. This PSG is in full control. And they do stop. I was wondering if we would possibly get another clean sheet. It would be a stylish way for PSG to end their season. But with that goal, Envy shuts down the possibility of going scoreless. So far, we've had 2 sweeps today, and the 2 teams that got swept only scored 2 goals in their series. So Envy could do one better. We'll get a few more in here. And they've got 2 games to work with. But I don't want to call it too early. Envy, team made up of monumental players. All it takes is for PSG to get a bit into their own heads, and they'd be able to come back into this. PSG would concede the lead now. 2:54 left to go, approaching halftime here. Game number 2, and it's already the 4 goals scored, possibly be 5. Bluey the pinch, straight up, back down, and we got Farah in net to move out. So Remco looking for the demo, but he wouldn't find him. Now 2 players in the defense all a bit tangled up there. They were not in the good position on this rotation, and Greasy will strike.
Wave, you were very smart not to call this one straight away, because we've got 2.5 minutes left, over half the game left to play. We've already got 5 goals scored. Envy starting to find their rhythm. Are starting to see some mistakes, though, out from PSG, and they are taking advantage.
The complacency would be the death of PSG. We've seen it be the death of so many teams in Rocket League when they feel comfortable with their leads. But now Bluey to Chaussette, still in the box. Devo's got to be low on boost. Yeah, I think he'll just run out there trying to move up. Bluey will take a shot towards Remco. Back down the field. Last one in net is Chaussette, who comes out at the midfield. Got the nice drift to pop it up over the top. Devo doesn't get a best of clears. Farah and Bluey both airborne. Farah and the communication here from Farah and Bluey to realize Farah needs to move back down, allow Bluey to take this shot. They get it back up to a 2-goal margin.
And I can tell you exactly what he said here. Mine.
Mine, 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 mine.
Just the one. That's all you got to do. Because when Bluey says mine, it is his. You know better.
Like, I can't take it from you, so I must leave. Now 2:05, 4-2 in favor of PSG.
Bluey is the only player that for his quick chat of "I got it," it's all caps.
That's a funny one. I like it. Bluey looking for Chaussette in the middle. Greasy and Remco. Remco looking for fullback play, going up to try and block out the goalie. Doesn't find anything, and PSG was able to move it back out. Now Envy back into blue. Becoming more and more aggressive as they really need to be. Nobody in the net. Remco puts it over to the side. He'll drop this one down. Both Devo and Greasy up. Greasy finds home and strikes. 1-goal game again with 1:25 left to go.
I take back every compliment I ever made. Bluey, I don't think he quite knew what he was trying to do with that. You see Team Envy, there's too many players going for that one, but they do turn it in. And it's still a 1-goal game. These guys are just throwing the ball at each other, and most of the time they're scoring.
Yeah, 7 goals. We had 2 in the first game. Oh, Bluey's trying. The fact that he's still going for stylish plays like that in a 1-goal game, it just tells you just how comfortable they are. And as they move this into the box again, the infield pass plays, the ground rolling pass plays, that's something you see very often here. Greasy will try to wrap it back around. PSG is going to hold on the defense for now. But you know Envious wants to get this win off of that.
Bluey's also stealing boost over in the background. So what I was talking about earlier on, PSG, so comfortable with the way they play. It is a standard rotation. There is nothing special to the gameplay style that they go for, but it is the freedom of every single player to do what they want and to know that they are being backed up.
Demolition and Devo and net not result in anything as Remco and Greasy had a very quick high-flying transition. The fair to Chaussette will connect all the way down. Bluey's up with a read. Not going to find anything. Chaussette was looking for the follow-up. Now Farrah in a 3. I'll move that one over the top of 2, right there for Blue, but a pinch from Envy. Devo and Remco able to get it out straight to Greasy Meister, and now he's got the ball in the blue.
He's got nothing. There is no boost on him.
Ran out of boost, was trying to make it look like he was faking. PSG doesn't fall for it. Bluey now. It looked like he was maybe trying to threaten the ceiling shot, but he won't go for it.
Tied up.
And that wasn't the clear. That was not what they needed. Devo puts it through with 6 seconds left. It's tie game.
I'm not too sure what was going on here. Farrah, he had a plan. Unfortunately, the only parts of the plan he had is the fact that he knew he needed a plan.
Yeah.
And just puts that one straight over to Devo. Thank you very much. And we are all tied up.
PSG is going to have to find a way to score. They want to get the win here. Bluey drops this down. Farrah airborne over to the side. And Devo, the long shot. Remco's airborne. He's got it lofted there for Greasy Meister. Puts it through the buzzer beater, and Envious ties up the series.
Okay, PSG, do not sit on Envy. They have looked so much better this week. They finally started to look clean. And Envy come back from a ridiculous game. Goals on top of goals, slap an extra goal on top. And that is the only way we can really describe game 2.
The monumental comeback there. I feel like it was, I think 3-0 was the largest margin we saw, because the 4th goal was definitely scored after we saw the 2-goal comeback. So managing to pull off a 3-goal comeback there only happened a handful of times before here in the RLCS. And if you want to see that buzzer beater again, we got it for you here. They wrap it all the way back from their own half, and then this setup off the backboard, Remco just to loft it nice and just give it just a nice kind of meatball, softball, just loft it right there in front of Greasy, like, here, just take the shot, it's yours for the taking. And they get the win.
And for Remco, when he's up there, he has all the power. He's got the whole world in his hands. Everyone has to respect his potential for a shot. They obviously do respect Remco when it comes to him shooting. Straight off of the pass. Very unselfish way of playing, but that's exactly what they need to do.
Absolutely. 11 shots from MV, 13 from PSG, and there was, I feel like they had a few moments of offensive pressure where they weren't able to actually make the shots happen here. We see, you know, this was 5 shots from Bluey, only 1 goal off of that. The 1 goal was pretty incredible, the one that Farrah had to get out of the way for, but still, what a high-scoring game. 9 goals in that game there.
Yeah, and we're just going to see more and more of it. But Envy saying, PSG, you want to get yourself a little bit of history, you've got to work for it.
Yeah, you can't go. We will not give you a clean sweep to be undefeated.
And this is actually answers a lot of questions that we had about Envy. Is we were questioning their mentality.
Sure.
We know they can play the game. Everyone can see that Envy knows how to play the game. But how mentally strong are they? Well, they know they're in the bottom 2. They know they've got work to do, and they know that the season is effectively over for them. Yet they are still working to keep themselves up, keep themselves fresh heading into that promotion tournament.
Game 3 starts with a beautiful drop by Chaussette. But none of the players PSG had the read, so it'll go unused, and we will stay scoreless here. Shalset again back out. Fair up onto the backboard. Bluey thinking about going up, but he gets bumped. He runs into Devo. He'll still move in to keep the pressure on. Couldn't tell who got the boost in the corner there. Remco moves this one down, and it must be Devo as he drops this one down on a full tank. PSG to try. Get out of their half, using the corner. Now Farah back down. Devo with the drop, and Shalset with the clear. And oh, this one was in from Remco. It looked like Farah again might be able to get there, and to me it also looked a bit wide, but no, this one goes through, and Envy with a lead now.
Yeah, Shalset did not get very good contact with that, and Farah didn't respect Remco enough with the extra shot from the middle. And bad positioning means bad goals, but either way, Envy now up.
4:09 left on the clock.
It's going to be 2.
Greasy Meister going to be able to put that one through on the kickoff. Yeah, just they spaced out for boost, and Envy gaining control there. Look at Greasy Meister go.
I don't think for boost is the only way that PSG have been spaced out in this game. They have not got started just yet. Minute in, they are 2 goals down.
This is incredible what is happening right now. PSG, a team that has yet to drop a series, just dropped a 3-goal lead with a buzzer beater to the number 7 MV, and now are down by 2.
No. Let's not call them number 7 Envy. Let's call them world champions.
The defending
Envy.
world champions.
Finally.
But that makes it sound less crazy, man.
Well, with this style of performance, I'm happy to call them that because they are looking so much better than they have all season.
I absolutely agree. 3:37 left on the clock, and PSG still chasing that perfect record here. Blue puts it over to the side. Nobody's there to pick it up, and it'll be Devo. Gets the touch. Gets bumped after making contact, but he'd already done the damage, put it into the corner. Remco now in front of the box. Here's Blue. He's got Shalset to work with. Shalset looking for the shot. 2 players go to the corner, Greasy and Devo. Greasy wins the 50-50. Now Bluey back into the middle. Shalset airborne. Past Remco, but no shot on net. Greasy with the second touch to move it down. Devo's up. Fair over to the side. Now Farah back out in the middle. Shalset a bit uncontested, but it still goes wide on the pressure that Envy provided. Bluey in another shot towards the net. Devo puts this one high. We're starting to see PSG get back into their groove. Their offensive movements here, very deadly. Devo tries to put that one off the ceiling, but Shalset gets there. He'll fall back down. Can he get the final touch? No. Remco's up first. Sends it away. 2:30 left on the clock right here at halftime. Still 2-0 Envy.
And for Envy, they can now just go back to what they were doing all season. That rotation, if they can keep it solid, they can keep game low scoring. If they do that, it's going to be all up to PSG to try and find a way through. And thankfully, though, PSG, probably one of the more creative teams that we have seen in this league, so I expect them to have a real good shot at it.
Devo airborne, possible to drop it back down. Shalset and Farah now over the top of 2. The double threat there. They'll get on the board. PSG's made it a 1-goal game.
Yeah, you can see Bluey turn around almost immediately. He's off hunting.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's no one around for him to aim for, so he just has to try and jump. But either way, he doesn't get to bring anything home apart from the singular goal. Only 1 goal between these teams.
I did like his positioning. As he realized he wasn't going to be able to get a demo or a bump, he moves to possibly block the interception from the defender that was coming from the corner. So PSG able to make that a 1-goal game here. Mostly on just the dribbling skills of Farah. Blue to set this one up. Farah can possibly finish it off and tie up the game. Not going to find it just yet. Now he goes for the flow plays. Bluey's in as well. Oh, what a dangerous spot for Envy. Devo and Greasy here in the corner. Remco just sits in net, watching, looking for an opportunity to make himself useful. Just defending the break. That's what he needs to do. Now this one dropping back down. Remco does move in into the corner, and Shalset up on the backboard as Bluey tries to clear. Shalset comes off. Bluey's still out. He lofts. Farah will be up. And all he can do right now is put it into the corner where there's a waiting Devo. 1:17 left on the clock. Cut the lead down to 1. PSG still having to play from behind here. Shalset taking the shot. Bluey up to try and intercept. Greasy Meister's clear. Doesn't do it, but it does go into the corner. Now Farah, another opportunity, wrapping it around, looking for the mistakes. Devo doesn't make contact with the wall, and then Greasy Meister misses as well. This one back over the top, and Shalset will just loft it nice and high. Who's the first one there? Bluey looks to Goomba stomp Greasy, but he doesn't find him, and Greasy Meister will get this one away. With the final minute of Game 3 here, it's still Envy with the lead.
And that was like the last wave that Envy could possibly continue to resist. Only one player was Devo with any form of decent boost remaining. They get it away, they survive.
Shaw set, fakes out Greasy Meister, who gets the flick over Bluey. But now Farah, he'll be able to find Bluey up. Shaw set in the midfield. He'll back off a bit and let Farah do his thing. Remco has got the interception. He'll be able to get the read over the top. But Bluey up to Shaw set over the top of Greasy onto the backboard. Devo has the read away. 20 seconds remaining, and Farah will put it up on the wall. And Devo with the slow plays. Fair to drop this one down. Shaw set up. Remco. They get the bump on Greasy Meister in net, but it's not in. No! Farah clears it away. Bluey was coming in to finish it off.
Bluey was nowhere near.
Oh my goodness.
Bluey was on the boost, looking for it to try and spawn. He was completely motionless. Only coming in at the very last moment. They saved it themselves.
It didn't go through, and Envy in 2 games here now have PSG on match point, something almost nobody has been able to say. I want to see it again. I want to see how this one almost went in, but then doesn't. Greasy Meister here in net.
Right, so I'm going to keep an eye on Bluey.
He's off to the side.
He's off to the side. He's nowhere near, and he is stopped. Finally going to come in. You can see the boost spawn right behind him, but he is not moving.
You're talking about Devo in the corner?
Devo, sorry.
So okay, you had me. I was so confused.
Did I say Bluey the first time around?
You said Bluey the first. I'm like,
oh,
I was
why
like,
did I do that?
I could promise I saw Bluey coming in. Was I seeing things I don't know? Okay, so we're all on the same page. Yes, no,
there was Devo.
There was nobody in net to block that. All the Fair had to do was not touch it and let Bluey come in and score the goal, and we would have been in overtime right now.
Names are hard.
But now Envy. They have, like I said, almost nobody's been able to say if they have PSG on match point this season. Right now, Envy's 1 game away from doing it.
Yeah, certainly are. PSG, they've got one final hurdle to hit, and they've got to be thinking to themselves, why now? Envy have not even been close to this level all season long, and they're finally turning up and just going, look, we are still the world champions. We will be stepping up, and you'll probably be seeing us next season as long as we continue to be performing at this level. And quite frankly, I'm excited to see it. I'm just disappointed that we didn't see this earlier.
Yeah, no, Envy is playing like a team that's got something to lose, even when right now this game has very little impact on them, other than the fact that they get to take it away from PSG and say, you can't be the first undefeated team. We're going to do it next season, or someone else is going to do it, but it's not you right now. This is definitely, I love the way that Envy is making this competitive right now.
And I actually feel like part of this might be down to mentality. For a lot of Envy's games, ever since week 1, it has not been going well for them. It's just been, okay, we can prevent ourselves from being like bottom 2. Like it's always a negative thing for them. Where they're trying to avoid something, not gain something.
Yeah.
This series, they have something to gain, and that is to drop PSG and not allow them to be undefeated. And I think that might have had like a mental switch for them. We're just going, there's no pressure on us. We're not. No one's looking at us expecting anything. We can play what we want. We can do what we want. And they are getting away with what they want. Yeah,
they have, like you say, they're playing with no pressure means they can just play Rocket League, this game that they have played for so long that they are so good at, and they can still do one thing that nobody else has done this season, which is beat PSG in a best-of-5.
And we saw it from Mucket in the previous series against Excel. Do we just need to get these teams in a room and just go, you're not playing in the RLCS, and then tell them, oh yeah, by the way, you played, you're fine.
Yeah, all those games you just played were actually RLCS matches.
Yeah, you're all good.
Just don't listen to the
But it does show you like a large difference, just how much the RLCS does mean to everyone. That once you've got that pressure off your shoulders, you can relax. You go back to playing your game. It's actually something we've seen from LANs for a very long time. If you look at the level of play from the very first ever World Championships, much lower, like comparatively towards the middle of the season, where everyone's just playing online. The more repetition you get, the more used to it you become. And that's what's starting to happen here. But still, there is obviously a difference between a ranked or a weekly tournament Envy compared to RLCS Envy. And I feel like this is what we'd see from Envy if they were playing in a weekly.
So Greasy felt that he could probably fix some of his internet connection issues, so he's been doing that. We're just waiting for him to reconnect to the lobby, and then we'll get going with game number 4. But PSG down in the series right now. If they lose this game 4, they lose the series to Envy. The things that I feel like I haven't said before, and I haven't asked this question before, what does PSG need to do right now?
Oh, that just feels wrong.
Right?
It really does. They need to start respecting Envy a little bit more. Just stop giving them this much room. Stop making the mistakes that you're currently making, and allow yourself to get back into your usual style of play. The individual brilliance has now been replaced with nonsensical team plays, and it just isn't working.
Devo put this one high, and then Remco to drop it back down. Devo nearly connects in what would have been a beautiful way to start game 4. Shaw set up to Bluey dropping it back down off the crossbar, nearly happens. Greasy Meister will get it away. Now Bluey in the back. Remco, put it back around. They'll find Greasy and Devo out, but nobody's there, and now an empty net. Bluey should be able to put this one in, and this PSG with the lead now early here in game 4.
He's got no hat on, so that turtle is not going to really contribute to anything. But either way, PSG get themselves the opening goal. That is something we've seen a lot throughout this season, I mean this series as well. A lot of early goals coming from both of these squads. And this time PSG are going to get it, but we've already seen they can drop them.
They certainly can. They blew a 3-goal lead earlier.
And that was nuts as well, because that was the first time PSG have even dropped a 2-goal lead.
A team that has been essentially perfect the entire season. We get one of 2 amazing results at the end of this series. Either a massive PSG upset, or an undefeated team. And I'm excited for either one. Chaussette tries to wrap this one around. Remco's there, and Farah will clear it away. The single corner movements here from Devo and MV Company. Oh my gosh, Bluey plays it away.
And Bluey managed to recover after being threatened from Remco being consistently bumped.
There's a massive pile of cars in the midfield. Not usually a place to see it, and Greasy's able to do this, drop it through. Got some help from Devo on this one, and they tie up the game.
Yeah, Greasy just thriving in the chaos, letting Devo do what he wants to do and taking advantage. Every single PSG player was clumped together, none of them able to react. And we are tied up almost immediately.
They are tied up here in game 4. The game lead over on the side of Envy. Team that has trailed the vast majority of their series, the vast majority of their games. They could possibly get the lead right back here. Look at Devo go.
They're going to be the party poopers. They're actually, if they can keep this going, they've got every chance of doing it. Envy, in the one game where it couldn't matter less for them, are stepping up.
And the one that it's just there to be taken away, and you want to kind of wonder, like, how much pressure does PSG feel? You know, they came in with nobody expecting anything, and now they're anticipated. Most people giving it as a shoe-in that they were going to be undefeated this week. Looking at Envy, especially after the way that Envy lost earlier, getting swept by Gale Force and knocking them out of contention. Surely you're going up against a demoralized roster here, and you cleanly are just set, and the undefeated record's right there for the taking. But right now, Envy wants to get it away from them. Chaussette sends this one down the field. Greasy into the corner. Devo will beat Farah. There hasn't been too many 50-50s here in Remco on the pass from Devo. Brilliant positioning here by Devo, realizing that his shot would be blocked and passing to Remco.
Oh, I absolutely love this from Envy right now. Chaussette just gets stretched across the entire length of the pitch. He cannot possibly react. And Envy, once again, looking like the team to beat in this series.
Oh, a good kickoff here from PSG, but Bluey will still just drive straight past the ball. I was hoping maybe to fade in Greasy Meister. He didn't have any of his teammates right behind him to take a follow-up shot. So I'm not sure how that was going to be advantageous for him, but Greasy now off the backward, could possibly double tap this one down. Goes over to the side. And the defense looking timid right now from PSG. Chaussette will pick this one up. There's just the one in the back. He and Blue will take a shot that's wide. Greasy gets a solid clear. Bounces off the wall at midfield. Farah trying to put it over Greasy. Greasy is playing so aggressive. It really, I feel like the energy on this team is entirely coming from Greasy Meister.
Well, Greasy's always looked like the odd man out on this team. Ever since he came in, it's not been a case of season started and then he looked shaky. It's been a case of they've always never quite looked solid with Greasy, but maybe he's just figured out his spot on the team. Be hard to get a good answer to that just from this one series, but it'll be interesting to take a look at.
The 50-50 game there by PSG, very strong, and they will get a goal off of it eventually. Farah shooting from midfield to put it through. And this all started about 30 seconds ago with some brilliant plays in the corner. They'll cut it down to a 1-goal game.
Yeah, if you talk about the 50-50s, but offense to defense there is a 100 whoop your ass. PSG coming back, putting it within 1 goal.
They get it down, 1:45 left to go. Great kickoff. The PSG kickoffs have been very strong. Chaussette nearly drops it underneath, and then you saw Bluey moving in, looking for goalies. He'll get on top of Greasy Meister. Remco doesn't have a very good clear, but Devo will help him out, sends it away. Now PSG within 1 goal. They were within 1 goal last game as well, and they blocked themselves from tying it up. Can they redeem themselves? Pull it back. Remco, the shot downfield. Bluey will get the save. Has to fly in from the corner. Now he's got to pass 2 players. He gets bumped to the side, but Fair moves in, gets the read as well, and the ball will stay at midfield. Evo over to the side, but now Chaussette over the top. Where's Greasy? He'll put it away. And the pressure mounting from PSG. Bluey doesn't have the read, and this one all the way down. Can Chaussette get in the way? He does. He takes it away from Greasy Meister, who had an open net sitting right in front of him. Final minute of game 4. Envy, 1 goal up, and 50 seconds away now from taking a win off of PSG.
Yeah, only 50 seconds remaining. PSG, you can start to see how they're starting to panic in their way of play. Unfortunately, with clears like that, more time wasted. Envy looking solid.
Demo on Bluey. Open up some space. Not the best touch there by Greasy. But Devo, with plenty of space to work with, sends the shot towards the net. Fair will get the save. 30 seconds remaining. They need a buzzer beater. They need something. They need 1 more goal to send them to overtime and keep the hopes of going undefeated alive. Remco's touch goes straight up. Devo over to the side. It'll drop back down. Chaussette just sitting in the corner. Timid. Scared to move out over the top of Devo. He gets it past Remco and Devo, but it's just Greasy Meister in the back who's been on fire this series. The touch from Bluey goes back in. Chaussette shoots behind the goalies, and Remco gets the clear. Nobody's in the corner, and he should be able to keep it here and kill it. They have to get the full court carry if they want to make this happen. The first 2 touches occur, but Devo will drop it straight down. Envy in 4 games do what nobody else has done this season, defeating PSG.
The streak has been snapped. Envy come through, and at the last hurdle, drop PSG. Nobody would have expected this after seeing how Envy have been playing all season long, but that was by far their best performance.
Their nightmare of a season finally has a light at the end of the tunnel. They've come out, they've woken up, and they've defeated a team that nobody else in their region could defeat. What a performance here by Envy. And you've got, I feel like, Remco and Devo in particular had monumental performances here. Greasy Meister, excuse me. Greasy Meister and Devo were playing so well. I think Remco was still feeling a bit timid. There was definitely a lot of touches he was just kind of putting up and stuff, but Greasy in particular was so impressed with how he was playing, especially on the defense.
Yeah, and I have to say, both teams looked pretty good. PSG, as with all esports media, whenever your team loses, you kind of think to themselves, they didn't play that well.
Yeah.
Like, especially compared to their best, that was definitely a very shaky series from them, and it's definitely interesting to see that they can have the off game. The consistency has been there all season, but they definitely dropped the ball a little bit in this one.
Well, PSG, I know we were all expecting the win from them here, but after game number 1, they had nothing left, and it was all Envy. Well done to Envy. In a good way, a nice highlight at the end of their season here, and we will send it back to the desk for more analysis.
Yeah, surprising result there for me, at least. Ooh. I guess for you guys too. Envy able to win in their last match of league play against the team that's the #1 seed who was previously undefeated before that moment.
Wow. Told you not to count them out. Yeah, I mean,
no,
I don't think it happened like that.
It's Europe, man. No, yeah. It's just that's what happens in the Europe.
Gibbs tweeted during the break.
Did he?
It says Envy striking fear into the hearts
of the RLCS
players.
Yeah, I follow Gibbs too.
So yeah, so that is very true. Envy, although Shogun said it couldn't matter less for them. No. This is a huge momentum boost for them. Now PSG, for them, they still could finish as the top seed. It just comes down to this Method series. This Method series, a lot riding on it. We're just going to have to watch the Method team or the Mocket Team Secret match first. But the last match of the day, Excel versus Method, does have some big stuff riding on it. If Excel can 3-0, then that can shake things up. But in this series, Envy, give them credit. They stepped up and ended the streak of PSG.
They didn't want anybody else to get that record. That's fine. So for me, it was like really entertaining to just watch back and forth. But it just feels like Bluey wasn't taking it as seriously as he could. He went for a lot of plays that he probably shouldn't have. Weird like drift flicks and stuff that he really didn't need to do. As cool as they look, like get the win, man. Like secure that #1 seed. Why wouldn't you? You give yourself the best chance possible.
Yeah, Envy pulling off the upset. Let's go ahead and take another look at that one in the form of the Mobile One High Performance Replay. And, you know, looking back as well, if you look at the matches coming into today, Gale Force and PSG, Envy coming into today had a shot for top 6. They had a shot. And you think, if you know they're going to beat PSG, it's like, wait a second, they could have gotten top 6 if they played a little bit better, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, if things could have been different. and not as much riding on the line for PSG. Obviously, they certainly wanted to make history, claim that #1 spot. But Envy, they've always been relatively close in their series. It's just they couldn't find the offense. The offense was nowhere to be found. And you guess who found it this series? It was Greasy. He scored half the goals for Envy. And even this play right here.
Oh my goodness.
Saved by Farah. Farah has numerous mistakes this game on defense. That one a mistake on offense, and it cost him.
I mean, complete opposite story from the first game too. Like Farah had a fantastic read on that fake kickoff and took a solo play all the way down. And I'm like, after seeing that, I'm like, all right, they've got all the answers for this team. It's not going to be even a question. And all of a sudden, game 2, 3 rolls around. You're like, wait, what's happening again? Like, Envy, where have you been all season? Where is this Envy been that we were like, okay, these guys are the previous world champs, no problem. And then this happens.
Yeah,
so,
and you just can't count them out. It's going to be a very difficult battle. In the RLCS promotion tournament, you have Envy, the world champions, who proved, taking down the #1 or 2, depending on how the method series goes, team in Europe. They're ferocious. You can't count them out. They're not guaranteed in the RLCS next season, but if they play like that, it's almost a certainty.
And that's huge because the next match they're playing on stream will be at the promotion tournament. So, if going into that tournament, they can say, hey, we just beat the undefeated team from the European region that's already going to the World Championships. For them, that has to be great for momentum, for mentality. So is Envy back? Will they keep their wins going in the promotion tournament? We're going to find out. But we have a couple more matches in store for you today. We're going to take a short break here from twitch.tv/Rocket League. When we come back, Mocket is returning to the field. Remember, they had a victory a little bit earlier. Can they keep the wins going in secret? Going to try to get their first win in league play. We'll be right back.